You might find it hard to believe, sitting comfortably in your centrally heated home, browsing your smartphone for memes, that not too long ago we humans were nothing more than your average animals. Yep, that's right, just glorified apes. Imagine a slightly confused chimp wearing a designer jacket and you've got the basic picture. Back in the good old days, I'm talking about millions of years ago, not the 80s, our main hobbies included climbing trees, dodging lions, and tiptoeing around carcasses left by more impressive predators. Sounds glamorous, doesn't it? Forget Netflix. Back then, a prime-time spectacle involved watching a bunch of grumpy hyenas finish off what the lions couldn't stomach. You'd wait politely in the bushes, pretending you weren't terrified, just to crack open a few bones later and suck out the marrow. Delicious. The truth is, our ancestors weren't exactly the heroes of the animal kingdom. We were more like those background characters in nature documentaries, who spend most of their screen time getting chased, looking worried and failing miserably at basic tasks. Lions had strength, dolphins mastered the seas, eagles ruled the skies, and what did we have? Thumbs. Seriously, thumbs were our big selling point. Imagine selling that to a pride of lions. We might not have claws or sharp teeth, but wait till you see us open a pickle jar. Then, one day, some absolute genius, let's call her Susan, picked up a stone and cracked open a bone. Now, I know what you're thinking. Big deal, my dog does that every Tuesday. But Susan's simple innovation triggered the earliest tech revolution. We moved on from bone marrow snacks to crafting tools, mastering fire, and most significantly, cooking. Cooking turned out to be a game changer, much like avocado toast for millennials, but even more revolutionary. Suddenly, dinner didn't have the texture of shoe leather, and digesting food didn't require the energy output of running a marathon. With all that extra time on their hands, humans could now sit around the fire and invent stories, or more likely complain about the weather. Most importantly, our brains grew, possibly because they were no longer occupied with endless chewing. Yes, humans essentially became smart because we got lazy about eating raw carrots. Now, don't get ahead of yourselves. Despite our fancy fire tricks and new brains, humans were still firmly on nature's B list. We weren't building skyscrapers or sending passive-aggressive emails just yet. There were, in fact, many different kinds of humans scattered around. Tiny humans, stocky humans like the Neanderthals, and mysterious cave dwellers with names like Denisovans that sound more like hipster cafes than ancient relatives. And here's the kicker, all these varieties of humans had one thing in common: they eventually vanished. Well, vanished might be a polite euphemism for got wiped out by us. Apparently being wise and advanced didn't stop us from being extremely unpleasant neighbors. Think of Homo sapiens as the annoying flatmate who not only eats all your food but also tells your friends that you moved out months ago. To make things a bit awkward, it turns out some of us even have a dash of Neanderthal DNA. So, next time you're feeling superior, remember your great-great-grandparent was probably the guy scratching himself suspiciously at the back of a cave. If you're wondering why we don't often talk about our prehistoric family reunion, it's probably because we don't want to admit how badly we treated the relatives. It's the historical equivalent of, we don't speak about Uncle Barry since the barbecue incident. Still, wouldn't it be intriguing if we'd let them stick around? Imagine a world where your office colleague was a Neanderthal, or the person you matched with online was a descendant of those miniature humans from Flores Island. Swipe right for a whole new level of relationship complexity. So there you have it. Humans were just animals who got very lucky, or perhaps unlucky, depending on how you feel, about Monday morning commutes. Our ascent to dominance was neither noble nor elegant, but more like stumbling into success after a series of very fortunate mistakes, proving once again that in nature and indeed life, it's not always the strongest who survive, but often the luckiest and occasionally the most ruthless. Cheers to that.